Question 2, one factor of this polynomial is 2x minus 1. Here is the polynomial. Use long division to determine which expression represents the other factor. So by definition, factors are two things that are multiplied together to give you the bigger thing when we're talking about positive numbers anyway. So we're trying to divide 2x to the third plus 5x squared minus 27x plus 12 by 2x minus 1. You could do synthetic division here. It might be slightly easier. I'm going to use long division just because more of the questions seem to ask for us to use long division rather than synthetic. So to do long division, we're going to take the first term here, 2x to the third. I'm going to write it off to the side. And we're going to divide it by the first term here, 2x. So what is 2x to the third divided by 2x? Well, 2 divided by 2 is just 1. And x to the third divided by x is x squared. So x squared goes above the 2x to the third. So the first step in this division algorithm is the division, but then we switch to multiplication. So we're going to take the x squared and we're going to multiply it by the 2x. X squared times 2x is 2x to the third, and x squared times negative 1 is negative 1x squared. So we've multiplied, and now the final step in the algorithm is we're going to subtract. Notice we put both of these terms in parentheses and put the subtraction on the outside to remind us that we're subtracting each term individually. So 2x to the third minus 2x to the third is just 0. 5x squared minus a negative 1 is the same thing as 5x squared plus 1. So that becomes 6x squared. 5 minus negative 1 is 6. All right, now we're going to drop down the negative 27x. I guess there was one more step in the algorithm. And then from here, we're going to repeat. So remember, we divide, and then we multiplied, and then we subtracted. So again, this time we're going to divide. Let me switch back to pinkish. This first term here, 6x squared, by this first term here, 2x. So what is 6x squared divided by 2x? Well, 6 divided by 2 is 3, and x squared divided by x is just x. So that gives us a 3x. So we've now divided. What's after division? Multiplication. So now we're going to multiply the 3x times the 2x. If we've done it right, it should always match up the term above it. 3x times 2x is 6x squared. 3x times negative 1 is negative 3x. So there's the multiplication, and then finally we subtract. 6 minus 6, these cancel. Negative 27 minus a negative 3. So remember, we have a minus a negative is really a plus 3. So negative 27 plus 3 is negative 24x. And then this 12 drops down. I'm going to take the first term, negative 24x, and divide it by the first term, 2x. Negative 24 divided by 2 is negative 12, and the x's cancel. So divided, and now finally we're going to multiply. Negative 12 times 2 is negative 24x. Negative 12 times negative 1 is positive 12. And then we subtract, and we notice negative 24 minus negative 24 is 0. 12 minus 12 is 0. And that should happen unless you end up with a remainder in the process. In this case, we knew from the choices we were not going to have a remainder, so the answer is x squared plus 3x minus 12.